Greetings and salutations, Internet. Aaron Smith here again. It is Sunday, so it is time for a weekly video blog. Just want to go over, first of all, for the people who have watched so far and given me feedback, thank you. I mean that in the deepest of my heart. A lot of your information has been very helpful to me to help improve and build on what I'm doing here. So please, if you have any questions for me, if you have any kind of feedback, I will be more than happy to listen, and I will be more definitely happy to incorporate that into these video blogs. First topic of the day would be my martial arts training. This is definitely something I've been doing since I was a teenager. It has helped me um, just get my mind clear and help me get centered and uh, just help put things into perspective for me. I have not been able to go to a actual academy for quite some time now, only because of my finances being in so much trouble right now. But I did attend a NAGA tournament. For those who aren't familiar, that stands for the National American Grappling Association. I bumped into a whole bunch of guys from my former academy, and it was all good to see them, and they were all very understanding of what I'm going through, and they told me, hey, come in when you can, pay what you can, just don't be a stranger, the door's always open, and that made me just feel awesome. So I will definitely try to start incorporating that again, only because I do have a lot of free time on my hands. I'm not in school right now. The job search is very frustrating because doing all this online only forwards me to other headhunting agencies which only want to offer me jobs working at McDonald's or working as a truck driver or anything that I am overqualified for and does not pay more than what I'm already making. So the martial arts has helped a lot. I have a punching bag at home which I use regularly, and that's almost in a ironic way to say that it puts me in a happy place. I know that people think punching things would only make me more violent, but in reality, it just really calms me down. So, if you have not tried any form of martial arts or you've just watched it on television with the Ultimate Fighting Championships or any other organization is out there, I would suggest you try a class. If you're looking to get into phenomenal shape or you're just looking to take out some aggression or just build up some confidence, that is definitely my favorite way of doing that. Some people might not want to, they find other ways to do that, whether it be weightlifting or yoga or any other form of exercising, running. But that's just what I do personally. I'm just here to share what I do. Hopefully, you guys will listen and give me some positive feedback. If not, it's okay. I'm just still getting this stuff off my chest. Um, my second topic of the day is going out of your way to help people. Um, I had a situation on Friday in which I did this. This wasn't usually how I end up going out of my way to help people because usually people would just come to me with a bunch of problems, or I mean, this would most likely happen in a relationship. A woman would be very emotional and overwhelmed, and she would just call me up and unload on me or find some way to take it out on me. And as someone on the spectrum, I tend to take that very personally. I wish if someone would have a problem, they would just come up and say, hey, I have this problem, so and so, can you help me? Um, then I'd be more than willing to. But this situation, I'm not gonna use her real name, but we'll just call her Susie for now. She is very overwhelmed with life right now, as I am. She is out of work. She is suffering from a very bad case of fibromyalgia, which prevents her from being able to work. So she has been fighting for disability for almost 4 years now, since she lost her job back in 2011. Uh, so her finances are really bad. She's looking for a new place to live because she can't afford the place she's in now. Um, she has rescued a pit bull that was once a fighting dog, so her trying to find another roommate is very difficult because everyone else has their own pets. I have my own pet. Um, Plus, I live in a one-bedroom apartment. Otherwise, I would at least try to offer to help this individual out. But I can't really say that I really gave much to help, but I know she did say thank you for listening and thank you for caring, and pretty much that's all I could have done at that time, and it made me feel pretty good. I don't, I didn't feel obligated to have to help her. I could have just ignored her Facebook message or her post she put on the timeline to say, um, "Hey, it's happening again. I'm having a hard time. So if you can, um, please talk." So I went out there and I did it. I just talked to her via Facebook messaging, and she seemed to take it all right. Again, I didn't feel anything I said could have distinguishedly helped, but at least she got to talk and get it off her chest, which is sometimes what we all need sometimes. So if you're listening, Susie, I'm here to talk anytime, and hope everything gets better for you. One thing that I've always been uh, people are suggesting to me, that is how I deal with life on a regular basis, being on the autistic spectrum. Um, as I stated before, I do a lot of martial arts, I exercise, I eat clean and nutrition. Um, I watch what I eat, basically. Um, I'm not on any kind of crazy diet or anything. I just don't. I just try to eat all natural, healthy, organic foods. That includes fruits, vegetables, um, lean meats, and a little bit of some rice. I try to slow down on my carb intake. But one thing I do a lot is I use a lot of supplements. I know there's a huge controversy about it. They have all these products out on the market that say all you need to do is take this and you can get ripped, or you can perform all day. The stuff like the thermogenics and the weight loss pills and the nitrous oxide boosters. Um, I don't use those in particular, but there are other natural herbs and supplements that I've found, that I've read about, and that I've started taking. First thing is, during neurofeedback, my doctor always suggests I drink more water and take more protein. I've been for a while now drinking water with liquid chlorophyll, I highly recommend you do that. It is definitely delicious and refreshing. As you can see here, I have mine. It's green and tastes like mint, and I feel 10 times more refreshed drinking it than I would with any other kind of smart water or anything else that's on the market now. Sorry, still rehydrating. Took the dog out for a walk earlier. Um, Basically, how liquid chlorophyll works is it puts more oxygenated blood cells into your system. It's almost like the nitric oxide supplements you would see on the market, and it compares it to high altitude training in which your lungs have to work harder in order to take in more oxygen to increase energy. There's a product in the fitness market called a training mask, which some of you might have heard of. It just again restricts your airflow, so your lungs work harder, get more blood flowing through your body, which just increases your performance. That's basically everything the liquid chlorophyll does. I'm not saying not to try any of those other, or the training mask or the high altitude training, because I know a lot of athletes do that, but if you just don't have the um, funds or the ability to do so, yeah, I highly recommend you start drinking some liquid chlorophyll. Um, he also suggests a lot more protein intake. I've been just using protein intake with lean meats and chicken and fish and whatnot. And I know just protein shakes are just huge amongst the weightlifting community, but a lot of those contain whey, which is a milk byproduct. For me, it causes a lot of bloating and problems with my digestive system. There's constipation involved and just very uncomfortable feelings of indigestion and such. But I found a product called hemp protein, which is at almost every natural food market. No, this is not the hemp that you get high off or you can end up failing a drug test over. But this is, again, no dairy product whatsoever. It just feels a lot more smoother in my stomach, and it just helps me recover a lot more easier after a workout. Um, so, as a disclaimer, I am not a certified nutritional expert. I'm just going off what I've tried and what works for me. So, if you try it and it works for you, great. If not, at least you tried it, right? Some other supplements I take. For those who don't know, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer back in 2008. So for me to get some testosterone replacement has been a lot something I've been looking into a lot. The doctor has prescribed me a artificial testosterone androgel that I use regularly, but I've also just looked at other natural herbs and stuff I could buy over the counter. I I read a or watched a video from a strength coach that I follow, goes by the name Mike Mahler. I will post his information below. But he definitely had a lot of stuff that I've tried and I've used. One of those supplements he recommends is make sure you get a lot of zinc in your diet. If you have to take a zinc supplement, usually comes in form of multivitamin, or you could just take what says on the bottle, just pure zinc. That's definitely for any guy, not just a someone who has battled testicular cancer, but someone who might be getting older, not feeling as energetic as they used to be. You should definitely get one of those into your system. You will definitely feel your muscles healing quicker. You will definitely feel a sense of strength, and all that stuff you need to think about when talking about testosterone. Um, if you have any questions or concerns about testosterone, first thing you should do before you try anything is see a doctor, get yourself a blood test, make sure that testosterone levels are actually low as opposed to maybe you just not feeling uh, or just being stressed out and depressed a lot, which can have those same symptoms of low T. But yeah, like I said, get a blood test. Um, Listen to what the doctor suggests. You can talk about some of this stuff that I'm talking about and see if he agrees with it. I know I have done that. I've brought my bottles of supplements to the doctor and have gone over with them one by one. Um, so, yeah, definitely get a professional opinion before you start taking any of these. Another supplement I've used is called maca root. That's um, a root that's grown up in mountains of South America. It's definitely used to increase natural levels of testosterone. It boosts your libido like through the roof. Um, if you're having that kind of problem, I know a lot of people on the spectrum do have that problem, only because they are not quite sure how to express it, or they just feel that they try to avoid it because it involves interaction with another human, which is extremely difficult for people on the spectrum. So, yeah, maca root is one. Another dopamine uh, increase that I found over the counter is something called Mucuna pruriens. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but it's also known as velvet bean. Those who don't know, dopamine is your neurotransmitter in your brain that makes you feel happy. Um, so there's many other ways to increase dopamine. They're not always the best for you. I know just sexual arousal does that. Some people just go about the wrong ways of doing that, whether it be um, having promiscuous sex or watching pornography. But I find this supplement, so far I've only been on it a couple days now, but I definitely feel a increase in positive mood. I was prescribed antidepressants also by a psychiatrist, and I will definitely have to recommend or and talk about what I'm doing now, as opposed to the antidepressants that can be costly and don't really change my brain function. They just kind of like uh, cover up what's going wrong. So, um, yeah, I myself am definitely going to talk to a doctor about this. Trying to think what else, as opposed to the zinc, the maca, the mucuna. Um, I've also experimented with black human oil. It's been used kind of as um, a cleansing product. If you have problems with indigestion or if you're sick, it clears out all that congestion in your body. I don't use it all the time, but it definitely helps me for when I'm feeling kind of sluggish, whether it be from eating too much or having any other kind of internal problems. The stuff has been used for centuries in the Quran. This stuff has been told to cure everything except for death. So that's definitely something to look into. Um, and of course, you have your other forms of healthy fats that come from peanut butter, avocados. Um, I used to take fish oil to help that and to help with my joint support, but I realized that with what I eat, fish oil is just on top of that, just too much, and it just comes out through my digestive system, and it comes out um, in my poop, I guess you could say. Trying to be clean and politically correct with these internet vlogs, but um, that's pretty much what I have for now. I know I see it's been a little bit longer than a lot of my other blogs, which is good. I'm trying to get more information out there, not just going down a list and saying, okay, this is good, this is good, this is good, so on and so forth, or this is bad. I again, I appreciate everyone listening and giving me feedback. I will post a link to Mike Mahler, who's also a huge kettlebell enthusiast. For those who don't know, I'm also love working out with kettlebells. It's such a versatile piece of workout equipment. It helps with strength, cardio, mobility, and recovery. So check his stuff out. I've definitely learned a lot from him. Hopefully you can too. Um, and that should be all for now. Just again, if you have any or questions about supplements or any form of health, you can see your physician. I am not a licensed uh, nutritional expert, so definitely get a professional opinion if you want to try one of these things. And if I don't hear from you before, have a happy 4th of July, and I'll talk to you guys on the flip side, alright? Peace. Sawadee Kop.